Hello everyone, Lady De Winter here, and today I want to show you a different way I do ribbing. Now, this is the ribbing and it's attached to the sweater already. Okay, what I did was I made the ribbing the size I needed it, and I needed it 28 inches, and it's 28, it's 28 inches there. Okay, so then all I did next was in every row, in every one of these little rows that you see here, I put a half double crochet stitch right there. See it? In every row, there's a half double crochet stitch. That is how you make sure your panel is the same size as you need it for your sweater. Okay? So all the way down. Now this is the DK Colors yarn, Premier DK Colors yarn. And the reason it changed here is because that's just the way the yarn looks. Well, I can't get it in there real good, but there we go. So, but this is how I do ribbing when I'm doing it attached to a sweater. Now, the stitch markers are very, very important because you have to count your stitches when you do it this way. You can't have too few stitches, you can't have too many. Like for this particular garment, I have 93 stitches. So I have to make sure all the way across here I have 93 stitches. So, but that's another way to do your ribbing so that you are consistent. And now I know it looks different here, and that's just because that puckered in, that stitch was a little bit too tight. When I sew it together, it will be perfectly fine. And I will make two panels like this, one with enough room for my neck and one that doesn't have any room at all, so that'll be the back panel. So, now, here's the fun part. You have to count every single one of your stitches. Now, this is a DK weight yarn. It said to use a G needle. I am using an H needle. This is an H Susan Bates. You can't see it. Yeah, sorry. But it is an, let's see, an H8 US 5.5 millimeter needle. And it's a Susan Bates. So, I don't know if you can see it down this low. You might be able to see it there, I hope. I don't know. So, and there's the Susan Bates there. So, I only use Susan Bates needles. I like them the best. They're my favorite. Oh, well, there. I didn't even think about that. It's on the handle, too. Duh. So, but these are my favorite needles. I really like them quite a bit. So, now, as for your ribbing, what you have to do is measure yourself across your hips from one side to the other. And what I usually do is when I'm measuring, I take my tape measure from the seam of my shirt on one side to the seam of my shirt on the other. Now, that's my hip measurement we're working on right now. Your band, this band here has to be the right size to go around your hips if you're going to make it that low. Now, if you're going to make it higher, you do a waist measurement instead of a hip measurement. My hips are 50-something, 56 or I think or so, 57. And so I need 28 inches here, which it is. It's 28 inches right there. 28 inches. So that should fit me perfectly. Now, if it turns out that it's not going to, on the other ribbing, I will go maybe a half an inch bigger. But usually not. Usually this works perfectly. So this is another view on how I do ribbing. And the ribbing is all the way across, as you can tell. There it goes like that, all the way across from one end to the other. 93 stitches for me. It will depend on your size. This will not work for everybody in that exact size. Some people may need only 80 stitches. Some may need 75 stitches or ribs. I'm sorry, 75 ribs and stitches. Because remember, you're going to have the same amount of stitches up here as you do down here. You'll have the same amount of stitches up here as you have ribs here. So, I hope this helps you guys. I hope this is informative, and my stitches are coming out, and that is not good because this is a half double crochet, and I want to keep it half double crochet in a particular stitch width. So, until next time, this is Lady De Winter reminding you you're never too old. God bless America. There we go. We'll just pull that way out like that so that it doesn't go away. So So this is Lady De Winter reminding you you're never too old to do anything you put your mind to doing. This is a totally different system to do ribbing. And so not everybody does it this way. I do. I've seen most of the other YouTubers do it this way also. So until next time, bye-bye for now.